Buying and selling properties can be confusing and stressful, and you will no doubt hear lots of people's opinions on what to think about when moving, from your mate down the pub to your parents. At Harrison Clarke, we deal with home movers every day and have set out a few key things you'll need to think about and how to choose your advisors. In this video, we will be discussing how to choose your mortgage advisor, solicitor, estate agent, surveyor, and how to plan your removals. Your mortgage advisor will be asking you lots of in-depth and very personal questions about your finances. You will need to appoint somebody that you feel comfortable talking about these issues with, and somebody that instills trust that they are acting in your best interests, not the best interests of their company. We would always advocate using a third-party mortgage broker, particularly one that has access to the whole mortgage market, rather than being tied to one particular lender or being restricted to offering some lenders' products only. While you might like dealing with your bank, they may not be able to offer you the most suitable and cost-effective product for your circumstances. You should ensure that your mortgage advisor is well versed in dealing with people in your situation. For example, if you have poor credit, or if you are self-employed or a company owner, you will need to know that your broker has the expertise to place you with the right lender without damaging your credit record in the process. There's a lot of choice in the conveyancing world, and as with all professions, there are good and bad conveyancers. For this reason, it's important to seek word-of-mouth recommendations from people that have first-hand experience of how conveyancers work. You might also have a personal preference in dealing with large or small firms, so this can make a difference too. For example, locally, we frequently work with Noel Roberts of Taylor Rose, who provides a personal service and is very responsive. Alternatively, you could look to a firm such as Biscoes, which has a much larger team and can provide much wider legal support should this be necessary, but they may end choosing which conveyancer takes on your transaction. Or there are firms in the middle, such as TMT Legal, who are a small but growing practice and are really friendly. All of these companies can offer great advice, but each have a different vibe, and you should choose your solicitor depending on what is important to you. Really big legal firms exist too, which are often sausage machines where you can feel like little more than a number. While some people like the feeling of anonymity that this can provide, if something needs to be done quickly, you might not be able to easily talk to the right person, instead relying on loading documents into an online portal. Your solicitor can make the whole process simple and straightforward, or slow and tedious. Make sure you carefully select your solicitor so that you are not the one holding up the moving chain. When buying a house, unless the property is listed with multiple agents, you often do not have a choice in which estate agent you will be dealing with, as estate agents are appointed by the seller. However, if you have a home to sell, there are several key considerations in choosing your estate agent. Don't just focus on fees. Also consider the agent's track record of things like speed to sell and price achieved. A lot depends on the individual agent dealing with you, so it's better to have a great individual working for you rather than choosing based on brand alone. Speak to a few agents before you decide. As with solicitors, many different company sizes exist. You might not even realise that you are dealing with a huge company, as they can often have multiple brands on the same high street. Consider whether your agent is looking to sell your home quickly, perhaps not at the absolute best price, or whether they are maximising the sale price, maybe at the detriment of speed. Make sure that your estate agent's goals are aligned with your own. Don't just rely on the mortgage company to complete a valuation. They often won't even visit the property, and they will be looking out for your lender, not for you. Instead, choose a surveyor based on experience and knowledge. Online reviews are a good place to start. If you go cheap, ask why. This could mean a slow turnaround, less experienced surveyors, or less detailed or useful reports. Make sure that you are able to contact the surveyor that has visited your new home in case you have questions after your survey has been completed, and also make sure that this service is included in the fee paid, as otherwise surveyors' fees can mount up quickly. When comparing costs, also consider which quotes include VAT and which don't. This is also a consideration when choosing other advisors. At Harrison Clarke, we can normally offer a quick turnaround of detailed reports completed by experienced surveyors, and our Level 2 and Level 3 survey fees are always presented to include VAT. The price you see is the price you will pay. Think about whether you want the stress of doing this yourself with a hired or borrowed van, or whether it might be good to have an insured company assisting with your move. You can choose who packs the boxes, whether it's you or the removers, but make sure you leave enough time if you decide to do this yourself. A key consideration with removers is availability. If you want to use a smaller firm, they might have less availability and flexibility than a larger firm, but can be more competitively priced. Make sure that your remover can make your move date and, if necessary, can adjust their schedule to suit your own. Often, last-minute delays can creep into the buying process. There's always so much to think about when moving home. Write a checklist of what is important to you. For example, you might need a good locksmith to change the locks to give peace of mind that you are the only ones able to access your new home. A move might be a good opportunity to replace that tatty old sofa you've wanted to get rid of for ages, but furniture can often take weeks or even months to deliver, so don't get rid of your old sofa until you know when your new one is arriving, so you don't end up sitting on bare floorboards. If your estate agent has recommended a mortgage broker, solicitor, surveyor, or removal firm, think about why the agent is recommending them. Are they really the best advisor for you, or are they the firms passing the best referral fee to an estate agent? Ultimately, if the latter, you will be covering the cost of these referral fees, and anecdotally, these types of arrangements are not set up to offer you the best value or customer experience. Before instructing companies recommended by your estate agent or another party, look at online reviews to make sure that you are using a company verified by third parties as being good at what they do. The home buying process can feel overwhelming, and sometimes you need a helping hand from a party you trust. If you need help understanding the buying process better, our team of expert building surveyors can help and can be reached on 02381 550051. If necessary, we can help you find the right advisors for you, and we never accept referral fees, so any recommendations will remain impartial. We look forward to speaking with you soon.